live video for all of you guys. Hello everyone. I'm trying to go live here on YouTube and give a sample class to all of you guys who might be interested. And today I want to discuss a topic and this is the group dynamics topic. So group dynamics is the interview for all of you guys who are trying to be a flight attendant, right? And you go through the initial interview. The next step, if you pass the initial interview, is a group interview or something called group dynamics interview. This is where people will figure out or the recruiters want to figure out what type of a team member you will be if they hire you as a flight attendant. So yeah, that's what we're going to discuss on this sample coaching class today. So for all of you guys who catch this, thank you so much for coming here. I'm sorry I didn't announce it or whatsoever. It just so happens that I have my makeup on and I wanted to do a class, so let's do it. Let's do it right away, okay? So yeah, let's try to pay the bills first before we go through the class. So I want to say that the class, the Ready for Takeoff Master class is going to close very soon on November 8th. So if you want to be part of batch 2, go ahead and enroll on the Ready for Takeoff Master class teachable.com. If you want to get 5,000 off your tuition fee, you can do so by enrolling before month ends or before tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is the deadline for the 5,000 pesos discount on the masterclass Ready for Takeoff class. All right, and also somebody's asking about the book. The book is available on Shopee. It's 549 pesos. It's also available on my website as an electronic book copy. It's 500 pesos. So go ahead and check that out. You already know the links. It's on MissKaykrizz.com. So today, before we start our class, which is we're going to discuss how to pass the group dynamics version or the group dynamics stage of the class, I just like to say hello to everyone who's here and joining us here on our YouTube live session today. How do you read the comments? I want to read the comments. Okay, so I just want to say hello to everyone who's here. Let me know, give me a shout out if you want me to give you a shout out. Let me know where you are from so I could give you a shout out. So Divya Bigol, ma'am, I want this book, so go ahead and get it. It's available. Irish Maala, hello. Eunice Ann Morales, hello po MissKaykrizz. Hello Uni Ann Morales. Darlene V, hello po, hi. Earl Branny, hello. I React, hi. Noeline Taringting, hello. Ravin Rohi, hi. Patricia Pena Serrada, hi MissKaykrizz, how much is the tuition fee? So the tuition fee is, the full price is 20,000 pesos for the Ready for Takeoff Masterclass. That includes 8 modules plus 2 bonus modules and 8 live classes with me. And you also get to have the modules for a lifetime. It's a lifetime access, so it will not expire. And also, you will get one free one-on-one coaching with me. So after you finish all the modules and you pass all your assignments, I will be doing a one-on-one coaching with you. And also, you could access me 24/7 through our Facebook group. If you're going to an interview while we're doing the class, you could ask me for support and help if you want to. So yeah, I just want to continue saying hello to everyone. Oh yeah, by the way, Patricia, if you want to get 5,000 off the tuition fee, that discount is still available until the end of this month, October, so until tomorrow. But it's okay if you can. Normal price is 20,000 until November 8th. And after November 8th, I'm gonna close the class so that I could provide some quality coaching to everyone who enrolled to the class. Alright, so Yezidu Hola from Mexico, hello. Regine B, I react. Hi, MissKaykrizz. I'm Patricia Pena Serrada from Taguig City. Hello. I'm just near Taguig. So hello. And also my condo is in Taguig. Cam Tutu. Hello, Miss. Ma'am Taray. Hi, Ma'am. Shout out please from Philippines. Regine B. Hello. Divya Bagul. Hi. I watch all your videos. I even follow you on all your accounts. Love you. Thank you so much. Love you back. Judy Ann Hernandez, finally MissKaykrizz. This is what I'm waiting for the group dynamics idea. Thank you for this. You're welcome. Uni Ann Morales. MissKaykrizz, saan po kayong airlines? Currently, I resigned already, but I used to work for Pal Express and Oman Air. Angelica Albao. Hi, MissKaykrizz. You're my inspiration kung bakit ako nag-training as FA. Hope to meet you soon, MissKaykrizz. Hope to meet you too. Alright, so let's go ahead and meet you too. Alright, so let's go ahead and study how to succeed on your group dynamics interview. So to succeed to your group dynamics interview, first we need to know why. Why do I have to go through this? Why are the airlines doing this group dynamics interview? So the reason for why is that obviously the airline company wants to know your teamwork skills. Okay, so they want to know if you have any teamwork skills. So that means how you relate to other people you just met on that day. So that means how you relate to other people you just met on that day. Because the reality of a flight attendant job is you work with people who you met, sometimes you just met them on that day. Okay, the company is so big, you don't meet everybody all the time. So you just met them on that day, and your task is you're supposed to work together in all reality of the job. Alright, so teamwork, they need to know or figure out if you're somebody who can work with strangers or a team. It is also one reason also is that it's time saving. If you do a group selection, you don't have to do like a one-by-one selection anymore. So for them, if they have 1,000 applicants that day, it's so much easier to figure out who goes in and who goes out, put them all in a group together. Make sense? Okay, another reason that they're doing this is it's cost effective. They save on their saliva. They save on their energy. Okay, they save on the light, electricity, the air conditioning. It's faster. It's just faster. And also it provides a real environment, a real-time environment for where they will figure out if you are in the company or you're out, if you should hire you or not. Okay, so it's real. The feelings are real. They get to have like a real sense of who you are in real life. Okay, and also the last but not least, you must be already knowing about this deep inside. You must already know about this. They want to compare you to other applicants. So if they have all the applicants and put them all together in the group, they can easily compare and see who they want in their company or not. So that's the reason why they do group dynamics interview. Now let's move on to the classic, the different types of a group dynamic interview that you may encounter if you are if you are applying for the flight attendant position. The first type, or the first kind, is they will group you into group of 12 or 6 to 12 people in one group, and they will give you a task. Okay, all of you have to do this task in 2 minutes, and you have to follow some instructions while you are doing the task. All right, and when you are doing this, they will assign one person as the secretary and one person as the timer. Okay, because you will only be given 2 minutes to complete this task. Okay, and some instructions. So for example, okay, this is what they do in Qatar Airways. For example, an example of a group dynamics activity, they will tell you, okay, rule number 1, nobody's allowed to speak in other language than English. So everybody should speak in English. Rule number 2, no one is allowed to look at the recruiters. You have to focus on your activity. And that's the rules. You will have a secretary and you will have 2 minutes to do this task. So those are the rules that they will tell you. And then they will give you a task. The different type of tasks that they might give you, a sample will be, an example is, one of your esteemed guests is going to, you have a guest going to your country, okay? Your task is to make an itinerary for a 3-day stay in your country. So go ahead and make that itinerary in 2 minutes and present it to us afterwards. Alright, so that's the sample of a group dynamics activity. So one of you is already a timer, you know, you're in charge of looking at the clock, and another one will be in charge to write down the ideas or write down your results for that activity. So that's one type of a group activity, okay? Sometimes it's a different task, like you need to create a buffet. What kind of buffet you're gonna do? Or sometimes you have to, it's a different problem. It's a problem that your team needs to solve in 2 minutes. So those are that's the first type. The second type of a group activity, this happens naman in AirAsia. What they do is they group you together, and then you will have 10 minutes to prepare an entertaining presentation to the group. Okay? And when you are preparing, you could do either a dance number or a sing and dance number or a dramatization or a fashion show. It really depends on you, but you have to present it as a group. Yeah, so ganon. That's how they do it on AirAsia. If you reach the group round. All right. So the third type of a group interview task or a group interview activity that they will ask you is they will pair you up. So they will pair you into 2 groups, and the other person will have to introduce the other one to the group. Okay, so that's a bit easier. And last but not least, the fourth one is a kind of activity where they have props, like for example a group sticks that you have to make a tower of that sticks in a matter of 2 minutes. So they will group you again to a group of 6 to 12 people. They will give you like an egg, some straws or sticks, and use some materials, and then you need to have a tower by the end of 2 minutes, something like that. So those are the types, okay? The types of group activities that you might encounter on your application to be a flight attendant. Alright, so okay, so now let's discuss how to succeed, how to succeed at this. Okay, so to succeed in the group dynamics interview, I have a few pointers that you could use. Alright, the first pointer you could use is you have to have your ready introduction, because sometimes before the activity starts, the recruiter will say, give a quick introduction about you and before we start. So it's nice to have an icebreaker introduction about yourself. And then the next pointer is you have to mind your decorum. Don't mind the shouting. That's my baby River. Okay, so he's playing with his yaya right now. So you need to decorum. What does the decorum mean? Decorum means you need to mind your posture, your body language, and your physical language. Okay, your language itself. That means that you don't want to look bored or tired, or like your mind is somewhere else and not in the activity. So you always have to look alert. So sit up straight and try to look the people in the eyes when they speak. Okay, when somebody is like speaking, whether it's your group mate or it's the instructor, you try to listen to them. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at the other candidates checking out. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, he's handsome. Things like that. Okay. Oh my God, I should get her number after this. Don't do that. Okay. Try to be there 100% present on the activity that you're doing. And then, body language. Don't do like this. Don't do like this, or don't look at your phone, or don't do like this when someone's speaking and you're not aware. You're like really zoning into them. You're like too serious and looking into them too much. Okay, so mind the proper body decorum and posture. So a proper decorum is like just giving nods when somebody's speaking, smiling, trying to respond attentively to the person while they're speaking, and sitting up straight. Put your hands on your lap like this, lock it in so that it won't go and somewhere else, and try to suppress your yawn if you're bored already and you're like trying to yawn, like try suppress it. Okay? Don't do that, because it's an automatic check that you are going to be for the next round. Okay, so okay, all right, so here is the next but most important tip to succeeding in a group dynamics interview. So whenever you are in a group dynamic interview, like what happens is that you're in a group, and then what happens is everybody tries to outshine everybody else. Like, I'm the most shining, splendid candidate today, and then the other one was try to compete, and try to say something more, something more bright, or better. Try to speak better with an accent. I want to speak with an accent, or something like that. I don't know, but the urge is you want to compete to the other person who is clearly standing out in that group. Okay, so try to avoid the trap. It's a trap. Okay, so the inclination, if you are put together in a group, you want to be the shiniest star among everyone, but try to kill that inclination or that urge, because the objective of this exercise is not to outshine your group mate, but to work together. If the group that works together the most, they are the group that's going to succeed. Okay, so you have to remember that. Try not to compete with the other person. So how do you do that? You become inclusive. Okay, you try to be inclusive of everyone and friendly. That doesn't mean that you will not speak. Okay, that's also a no, because if you don't speak, you're also not gonna go through the next round. So a sample of that is, like, for example, everyone in the group is going to speak, like give a suggestion on where you're going to take your guest, for example. So each and every one will speak, and then you know that you have 2 minutes only. So don't try to monopolize the conversation and try to speak among for everyone else. Okay, so this is how you do it. All right, so for example, I'm the next one to speak. She just finished talking, right? Her name is Anna. Okay, Anna just said, I want to take our guest in Manila because there's so much history that we can show. Okay, it's my turn to speak. What I will say first is, thank you, Anna, for that wonderful suggestion. See what I'm doing? I'm trying to include her. Acknowledge her suggestion. Acknowledge her contribution. Okay? So, thank you, Anna, for that wonderful suggestion. This is my suggestion. I want to bring our guests into the beach because Philippines is known for its wonderful beaches. And I'm sure that our guests will appreciate a tan when they come back. They have a golden brown tan, and you can only get that from the beach. That's my suggestion. So you see there what I did? I acknowledge the person who speak before me. I gave out my own suggestion. It's on point, brief, precise, no flowery words because we only have a few minutes. So just try to be direct to the point of my suggestion. And after I said my suggestion, this is what I'm gonna do. I know that the person sitting next to me is gonna be the next person to speak. So I will not just stop with my suggestion and just look at her and wait for her to speak. That usually happens. But that's not what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm trying to include her, right? I'm gonna try to include her to the group. So what I'm gonna say is, how about you, Rebecca? What do you think? Where do you want to take our guests? So it's a very easy step. It's a very easy technique. Whenever you have to speak in a group setting, acknowledge the person you speak before you, say your piece, and then invite the other person to speak. So that's how you become somebody who is good at teamwork, good at people. That's how you become somebody with a people skills. I think my English is wrong, but yeah, that's how you become somebody with people skills. So yeah, that's how you do it. And it's so simple, so easy to understand, so easy to remember, but you have to be present to remember that. So if your mind is going somewhere else, trying to compete with the other person, trying to like prove that I'm the best candidate, you don't have to prove it by destroying someone else. That's not how you will prove that you're the best candidate. The best way for you to prove that you're the best candidate, especially in a group dynamic situation, is when you work together with the other people around you. I know that we feel competitive inside. I know that we feel threatened by the other person. And that's all natural. That's how I feel as well when I apply. But try to not give in to the urge to try to destroy the other person. Okay? Just be peace loving, inclusive, include the other person, and that's how you will ace your group dynamics interview. All right, so now I'm going to tell you about the things to avoid on your group dynamics interview, because there's a lot of things to avoid. Okay, so after that, I'm gonna read your comments. Okay, oh yeah, let's read your comments first before we go to the things to avoid on your group dynamics interview. Okay. Alright, so Uni and Morales is saying, kailangan po ba magaling sa pagsasalita sa English? Paano po pag wrong grammar? Well, English is a necessity. You don't have to have the best accent or the best diction or whatsoever, but you need to have the skill to speak in English, because you are going to work in an international airline. You're going to work with people who are from different countries, and you might have some misunderstanding if your English is not right. So it doesn't need to be the best speaking English. You need to know English because you need to relate to your co-workers and you need to adjust to them. Sometimes I fly with people who have very minimal English skills, so I try to adjust my English as well so that they would understand. The most important thing is that you understand each other. So yeah, what if you fly with somebody who's from London? Of course, he will not understand basic English. You need to have London English leveling, right? So yeah, you just have to be able to relate to people from different levels, from somebody who can speak basic to somebody who's like really up there. So yeah, because the reason for that is your job will be difficult if you don't understand each other, and you have to work together to understand each other. Okay, so yeah, so my suggestion to you, Uni, is you have to invest in yourself, try to improve your English, read a lot of books. Speaking of books, read a lot of books. Okay, so my English is actually very basic. It's just here, a simple 6th grader English will do. So don't worry about grammar. it is important that you know about grammar, but during the interview, when you're trying to speak to the interviewer, they can forgive your wrong grammar as long as you talk continuously, you know. So the more you practice, the more you read, the more you try to speak, the more you will get better at it. So I wasn't born this way. I wasn't born great at English. I even still have a lot of mistakes with my English, but the most important thing is that your English is good enough to communicate to the recruiter. Then they will see that you're good enough to communicate to their other flight attendant as well. All right, so that's my answer for that. Sefia Kusumarati. Hello, Mrs. from Indonesia. Hello, Sefia from Indonesia. I think Indonesia says terima kasih. Okay, so is that how you say hello or thank you in Indonesia? I'm not so sure. Hug naman dyan. Big hug. Anthony, Holy Spirit, today I catch you live. Thank you so much, Anthony, for being here. Justin Lim, hi Miss Ruth, I ordered your ebook online. How to know the order ID? I can't see. Oops. Okay, so Justin, if you ordered the ebook online, did you use PayPal? If you use PayPal, it will be delivered to you right away. But if you use the bank deposit, your order ID will be emailed to you. Okay, so they will send you an email that thank you for your order number. So that's your order ID number. All right, so Judy Ann Hernandez, let me know, Justin, if you have any difficulties. Just send me an email or something, and I could help you with that. Okay, so Judy Ann Hernandez, hi, is the group dynamics the last step for final interview? No, it's not the last step. Somewhat second to the last step, most of the time. Uni, ano po bang pinaka-requirements sa pagiging tourism? Wala naman. Wala silang requirements. They don't have requirements. They don't even have height requirements. Judy Ann Hernandez, any ideas for group dynamics for Oman Air, please? Thank you. So for Oman Air, what we did there is that they just group you in a group of 6, and then you have to answer different questions. So together, your group answers the same questions, and together you have to answer. There's an activity, so you have to as a group, you have to decide what are the 3 most important traits of a flight attendant. So that was my interview 5 years ago. So I didn't know what's gonna happen now. It always changes. That's why I do these classes for you to be informed of the different types of group interview. That's why I just recently here on this video informed you of the different types of what could happen, because the style of the interview will change from time to time. They don't do the same style over and over again, unless it's Qatar Airways, which they do the same style sometimes, but sometimes they also change. So good luck on your Oman Air interview. How to improve my communication? Saptamidas, to improve your communication, you have to read a lot of books. You have to practice. That's all you need to do. Practice. Read, watch TV, practice, and yeah, that's how you can do it. Ano po ba ang pinakakaiba ng flight attendant sa flight attendant sa stewardess? Okay, so Uni Ann, they're the same. There's no difference. Tell us about your story with Oman Air. Yezidizo. Okay. Yezidu. Okay. So, that's another live video, guys. It's a long story. But, yeah. It was great. It is a nice story. I don't have a short version of it. Patricia Penasirada, thank you so much for your generosity. Every time I watch your videos, I gain so much information that would help me in the future. Anyway, I'm planning to enroll after I finish my degree this coming 2009. Yay! Thank you so much. And congratulations on your upcoming graduation. Yung mga nakapasok na po ba sa group dynamics, pasok na sila or final po yun ng pagpili ng FA. It's actually another stage. Kasi maraming stage yung pag-a-apply sa flight attendant. Sometimes, it's easy, just one interview. But most of the time, a lot of airlines, they have a series of interviews. And one of those is the group dynamics interview. Aries, at uni, same lang sa flight attendant and stewardess. Yes, Aries is right. Najib Serugo. Yes, hi M. MK. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I want to know if we are like 20 people, 14 are girls and 6 are boys, how many boys will be selected? So the boys, they still try to select you according to their criteria. They will not select you because you're boys, or they will not select you because they need only one boy or something like that. I think they would select you depending on your score for the activity. So that's the answer. So everybody is the same game. No, don't think that because you're boys you will have a different criteria. No, everybody is the same. So yeah, everybody's your competition. Such a bad way to put it, right? What? Somehow, yeah. So don't even think about it. This is just, oops, sorry guys, I don't have a phone stand. So these are just like clutter in your mind. Don't put it in your mind. Just focus on the interview, on your performance. Okay. Aries, Miss Ruth, Viet Air is hiring, right? About sa uniform nila, di ba sila yung nakabikini? OMG. Are they? I don't know. Ganun ba din yung uniform nila? I really don't know. Maybe the bikini is just a one-time thing, but I need to research on that. I'm not aware about Vietjet. Tania Chatterjee. Hello, Mama. I watch all your videos. Lots of love. Thank you for the love, Tania. Uni, 5'2" lang ang height ko. MissKaykrizz, may chance pa rin ba ako in tourism? Is that okay? Maging tourism student, yes. Maging flight attendant, it depends on the airline. Okay, and their requirements. Patricia Penasirada, may curly hair po bang flight attendant? Yes, there's a lot. Yun yan. Tsaka napansin ko po most flight attendants nakatali ang hair. Pag nakalugay, it has to be super short, na hindi magta-touch yung uniform. And AirAsia, nakalugay talaga yung hair nila. It really depends on the airline. Mutarif Majid, hi. You have off today? No, I don't have job today. So, it's not my off. I don't have job. So, this is my job. Alright, so CJ Ladaga. Hi ate, may layover po ba kayo dito sa Pilipinas ang Vietjet Air? No, I don't know. So, check it out with Google. Jolene Singian. Hello po, I have a pimple marks on my face. Ano pong pwedeng gawin nun para marap? Okay. So, you can put concealer if malapit na yung interview. And if you really want to take it out, maybe you could use some like brightening cream or peeling cream. I really don't know because I also have a lot of pimple marks. I just let them be and just put concealer on it. Okay. So, done reading your comments. I'm going to continue with our lesson for today. Okay, so the last part of our lesson for the group dynamics interview is the things to avoid on your group dynamics interview. So I'm going to tell you one by one the things to avoid. First is taking all the spotlight. I already talked about this earlier. Don't try to be the superstar because you are defeating the purpose of the group interview. The group interview wants to get people who can work with other people. If you are somebody in the interview in the group who try to splatter everyone's ideas and try to be bossy, try to be the one in charge, okay, and try not listening to others, then you're automatically not gonna get the job. Okay, so just put the right amount of assertiveness, the right amount of speaking up, but not too much. All right, so no to interruption. Like if somebody's talking, don't try to interrupt them. or don't try to talk over them and try to having like a bigger voice, just like my baby trying to interrupt me now. Don't try to shout over them or don't try to speak louder than them just so that you will get your way, get your point across. Always wait for the person to stop talking. And if you must stop them from talking because your time is running out, try raising your hands to get the attention. That's not rude. Okay? It's like you're asking permission to talk. Alright? So, no to interruptions. Because sometimes when the competition arises, when you're like your blood is pumped and high, like you're talking about a topic that's very important to you, and then you really want to say something, you really want to interrupt. Don't try to interrupt in a rude way, like wait, or hold on. It's okay to interrupt in a professional way. You can raise your hands, or you could say, I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay? And if that person stops, then go talk. But if that person doesn't want to stop, let him. Don't try to have a fight with that person. Okay? Mind your language. Okay? This is the third tip. Third thing to avoid in a group interview. Mind your language. If the interviewers or the recruiters told you to not speak other language than English, mind your language, only speak in English. Because the moment they hear you speak in another language, you're automatically out. You're automatically out to the next round. And remain polite. So sometimes you might have a discussion and some fight with the other person. Okay, so try to be polite. Don't try to insult them. Don't try to be sarcastic, be vulgar, use rude language, this language that are censored, like the bleep out language. Don't do that during the interview. Don't swear at all. Flight attendants are not allowed to swear at all, okay? Even if the passenger is already shouting at them, you're never allowed to swear because they can lose their job there because it's a hospitality industry. So during the interview, if you are showing these types of behavior, you're automatically not gonna get the job. So avoid them. Again, what are they? Avoid sarcasm, avoid vulgar or rude language, and avoid swearing. Okay, so those are the things that you can never do during the group dynamics interview. Next thing, fourth, I think this is the fourth item is try to avoid being intimidated by the other people in the group. Okay, being too quiet because you feel like everybody's trying to talk. Okay, so everyone should have a chance to talk. Okay, and if somebody's taking control of the conversation, of the discussion, don't be afraid to disagree. Okay, but do it in a nice way. Do it in the right way. Offer your opinion and ask the other people in the group what they think. Okay, you will say, I'm sorry, but I disagree to taking our guests to the red light district because it may not give a good impression of our country. And that's my opinion. I respect your suggestion, but this is my opinion. What do the others in the group think? How about you, Rebecca? What do you think? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Okay, so things like that. So you can say your disagreements in a nice way, okay, without the attitude, without the intended sarcasm or whatsoever. So just be professional about it. Also, don't be intimidated. Don't be too quiet and don't think like, oh, I'm not gonna stay anymore because I just don't want to cause a conflict or something like that. So yeah, you have to be assertive. So that's the word. Be assertive about your opinions. Avoid, okay, this is the sixth part. Sixth part is avoid discussing social life or anything that is not related on the interview. You are there on the interview because you are being assessed. So what if you meet your friend in the group, and then you're like, oh my god, hello, you're here also, how's your boyfriend, or how's mom, how's your dad, things like that. So even if you know the person personally, try to be professional and don't discuss your social life. Or maybe you met someone and then you have good vibes with them, you feel like you're gonna be friends, like, hello, oh my god, so you're my new friend now, do you have a boyfriend, do you go on Saturday nights, do you play tennis, things like that. Don't do that during the group dynamics interview. Do that after. Okay. Okay, another no-no or things to avoid during the interview is loss of concentration. Like, you suddenly sit like more relaxed. Yeah, you're not aware because you're already tired. It's been a whole day of recruitment. During the interview, sometimes you wake up at 5 o'clock to put on your makeup and travel to the hotel and stay in line, and then finally 5 p.m. you're still there. Okay, it's the final, it's a final countdown. Who's gonna end up getting hired? Okay, so you need to stay alert, pack snacks, bring water, so that you will stay aware and alert. Maintain eye contact to the people who are speaking. Look enthusiastic, because if you lose your concentration, you're gonna look like you're not interested in what you're doing there. And if you're not interested, all the more the recruiters will not be interested with you. So avoid losing concentration. Daydreaming. These are the types of losing concentration. When you're daydreaming, you're so bored in what you're doing there, and then you're just gonna dream about your K-pop crush and what are you gonna do on your date or things like that. So it's kind of hard when you're looking at the window, staring at the ceiling, staring at your food, staring at your crush. So try to avoid those things. And most common, I know that we can't live without our mobile phones. But during your interview, try to switch off your mobile phones or put it in silent mode. But I would suggest switch it off, because if not, you will just keep on checking on it. If you're like me, or if you're a young person, you're probably gonna check your phone. So to avoid the temptation of checking your phone, just switch it off. Message your boyfriend or your parents that, hey, I'm going on this very important interview, I'm gonna switch my phone now, so don't worry, I'm gonna be coming home tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna update you as soon as I can, but I'm gonna switch off my phone now, so you can survive. Believe me, you can survive without your phone. So focus on the group dynamics activity. Okay, during the group dynamics activity, you might have also a few chances, no? So to criticize others. So try to avoid criticizing others. So for example, after your group dynamics, the interviewer gonna ask you, what do you think? Did you think your group did well? And then you're gonna say, oh my god, I think my group mate Anna did not do this well. This is her fault that we became overtime. Or the secretary didn't write my idea. It's not the time for criticism. So try to avoid criticizing others. Instead, if the interviewer asks you like that, a question like that, what you have to do is acknowledge the participation of your group mates and their contribution. And as a group, we did this as a group, we made this possible, and I want to thank everyone for their effort. So that's how you would say, answer the question. If the recruiter will ask you, how do you think your group did in this activity? Always have to be positive. Okay, so in summary, this group dynamics interview, it is a kind of a different type of interview, but it applies the same principle. The principle where what you're going to do in any interview that you are going to attend to, what you have to do is you have to prepare, you have to arrive early, remain composed at all times throughout the day, and you have to display enthusiasm and interest on the company. So in the end, to summarize, All you have, the most important thing, if you're just gonna remember one thing about this live YouTube class that I did, is you have to be inclusive. Try to include the other person. So that will save your life during the interview. Like acknowledging the person who spoke before you, saying your piece, and inviting others to contribute to the group activity. That's how you will win this. Okay? Aside from being positive, being alert, all of that. So that's what I want you to take away. Be inclusive in the group interview. You are not supposed to shine. Your agenda in a group interview is not to outshine everybody else, but to work with everybody else. Okay? So be inclusive on your group dynamics interview. So this has been Miss Kaykrizz, your coach at Ready for Takeoff Masterclass. So if you want to join us, that is just one sample of the topics in one of the modules, which is the interview module of the masterclass. If you want to join us, check out our website at Ready for Takeoff University, readyfortakeoff.teachable.com, and go ahead and enroll. I invite you to join our students for batch 2. Then you will have a lifetime access to all these lessons. It's online. You can watch it anytime, at your own pace, at your own home. All you need is an internet, a phone, or a laptop, and you get to learn all about how to master your interview to get your job as a flight attendant. Okay, so that's it for us. I have now only 10% on my phone battery, so I have to wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here with me. Check out my masterclass. It's gonna close by November 8th. And yeah, I hope to see you there very soon. Thank you for being here. I'm just gonna say goodbye to all of the people here. So Najib is here. Patricia is here. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much. Mohammed is here. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today on this impromptu sample class here on my YouTube channel. And also, we want to celebrate, we are 50,000 subscribers already! Thank you so much, everyone. So yeah, this is my gift to you for coming here in my channel and joining our Fly Fam. So we are now 50,000 strong. Thank you, Fly Fam. And I might close this right away because I'm low bat. So yeah, next time again, and watch out for my new videos coming out, your Q&A video. Okay, thank you, and I love you all, my Fly Fam. Good luck on your interviews. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And fly with you soon. Bye.